What's going on, guys? Alex here with 814 EDC, and today's video I am going over my Christmas 2023 haul for you guys. It is a week late. I'm filming this on December 31st, so you guys are going to see this later tonight. So Happy New Year to you guys. Hope you all had a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all the things. I apologize. This is, like I said, a little bit late for Christmas, but we had to do Christmas 2 weekends in a row. So we did my family's Christmas weekend, and then we did my wife's Christmas with her family yesterday because people were sick, and we just spread them out to make it a little bit easier for everybody. So I knew I was getting a knife from her grandparents for Christmas. That's why I held off on making 2 videos. I just figured it'd be make one video together, showcase everything, and yeah, this is, I guess, my last video of 2023. Absolutely wild that we are, tomorrow going to wake up January 1st, 2024. This year has just flown by. It's been a good year. It's been, I got married, moved into an apartment with my wife, done a lot of things with, family, went on some trips, just had a good year. It's been, a busy year. So we're definitely looking for 2024 to be a little bit less stressful, a little bit, just more easygoing. I hope you guys have some New Year's resolutions you're going to be looking forward to. My wife and I definitely do. So we're going to try to, stick towards working towards those. I'm going to post a video tomorrow on New Year's Day. I kind of want to mix a few things up with the channel. Just talk to you guys about maybe, basically my New Year's resolutions for 814 EDC. But I'm going to have that for you guys tomorrow. So look forward to that. But yeah, without further ado, we're going to make this a nice quick video, just showcase some knives. I got 4 for Christmas this year, so I'm very, very thankful for my parents, my in-laws, and my wife's grandparents. I got 2 from my parents, 1 from my in-laws, and 1 from my basically my grandparents, my wife's grandparents. But yeah, starting out with the 2 that I got from my parents, and I did ask for all 4 of these, so I kind of knew, I didn't know I was getting them, but I knew if I was getting knives, these are the ones I wanted. Because yes, I still do make Christmas lists for my parents, and my wife's family requests a Christmas list. It just makes it easy. So yeah, so first knife from my parents is the Civivi Quiet. This was one that I really wanted to check out for a long time. I almost bought it probably 4 or 5 times. But honestly, this is probably, until the one I got yesterday, this was probably my favorite. It's just really good. It's thin. I really like the aluminum scales. Has a nice little choil. It just really, again, slim, thin. Button lock works well. Has a little bit of lock stick, but I fidgeted with this as I drop it on our table. One negative thing I will say with the Quiet is the scales tend to be a little bit slippery. And I did just pull this out of my case, so it is a little bit, kind of chilly. Hasn't been really fondled in a few days. But has the bottle opener. I went with the all black version. They have this one, they have a blue one, they have a red one, and then they also just came out with, I believe it's a Blade HQ exclusive in purple with S35EN. This of course has 14C28N, reversible clip, and I think this was like 55 bucks. And I'm kind of kicking myself for not getting this earlier, because it's honestly, for what I want in a knife, it is really, really good. It's comfortable in the hand. I can tell you right now, this is going to be a very positive review whenever I do it for you guys. But I wasn't surprised by the Quiet because I had heard a ton of good things about it around the community. But I was definitely still like, not shocked, not surprised. But when I started fidgeting with it and carrying it, I was like, damn, this is a really good knife. So it definitely lived up to its expectations of, being a very good EDC knife and a very good offering from Civivi. But that is the Quiet. So that's the first knife my parents got me. The second knife is, which the Quiet is tuned very nicely. It has, other than a little bit of lock stick, I don't have to really mess with it too much. I might add a little bit of KPL to it, but I don't have to take this one apart. This one I do have to take apart because it came with some really stiff detent, not detent, but it just, you could tell it had a lot of oil and it was not tuned correctly, so I do want to take this one apart. But this is the Kooby Bluff, which is the Bridgeport Knife Company collaboration with Kooby, right there, Bridgeport. You have 14C28 on the 14C28N on the blade. You have a hole for deployment. Obviously, you have an access style lock here. loop over style deep carry clip that is reversible. I really like the radial milling on these black G10 scales. They also have white ivory G10, I believe, and a Ultim version of the Bluff, but I really like the black just because, again, it showcases that rippling pattern really nicely, and I'm kind of on a rippling pattern kick. This is the first one I've gotten in with this pattern, but I've seen a ton of scales and a ton of, basically custom scales and other knives with this type of pattern on it, and it just really speaks to me. But very comfortable in hand, choke up. Just another, nice, handsome looking knife. I think this one came in between 55 and 60 bucks, which Kooby, I've had plenty of their budget models in, and they definitely kill it for the price point. So I'm really, really happy with this one. Like I said, I just want to take it apart, clean it up, and just kind of make the D10 a little bit, I don't know if it needs cleaned out, but it did, when I got it, it was so stiff, I couldn't even flick it. I had to loosen the pivot a little bit, which is why the pivot is like rotating around a little bit. There is some blade play, but by the time I get the full review going for this one, I definitely will have this cleaned up, tuned, probably throw some, what's the word I'm looking for? Thread locker in there, and make it how I want to make it. So I just was kind of giving a disclaimer because I really haven't had a whole lot of time to sit down and take these apart like I normally would like to. But yeah, really liking it so far, and I can't wait to get it in the pocket more and carry it around more. But those are the two from my parents. The excuse me, I almost said Bridgeport. The Bridgeport Knife Co. designed Kooby Bluff and the Civivi Quiet. Two really good, pretty budgety models that I'm very, very happy with. Now, next up is the knife that I got from my in-laws. And this is even more of a budgety model, but I am really enjoying this. And it's a little bit smaller than I thought, but I think it's a great knife. And this is the QSP Canary. So these are a little bit newer on the market. So the Canary was originated as a neck knife, a straight blade, a fixed blade neck knife that QSP came out with. And it was so popular of a design, they basically had it made into a folder. And I think this with a discount code was like 38 bucks. You're getting G10 with the speed holes, reversible deep carry loop over style pocket clip that goes very deep in the pocket, 14C 28N black wash blade. It is smaller, like I said, but I can still get 4 fingers on here. Just a very simple design, and I think that's what drew me to it. Is I'm a big fan of simplistic, aesthetics and just clean lines. And this is very clean. One good thing about this knife is, or one cool thing, this comes in like 10 different flavors. You can pretty much get every version in either I don't know if this is DLC, or it just looks like a dark stone wash or dark black wash blade, or a stone wash blade, which is really nice. And they also have 2 or 3 different types of green G10. You have purple, you have blue, you have black, you have Ultim, I think now. So there's a spice, a flavor for everybody basically, which is really cool. And again, for the price, I don't think you can beat this knife. This honestly is a very, very good EDC knife. This one came pretty well tuned. There's no blade play. The only thing I do have a little bit of annoyances is it does have a little bit of lock stick, so I do want to take it apart eventually and clean it up. But nice snappy detent, drops to the thumb, shake closed. Just a really snappy detent. Honestly, probably the snappiest detent of the knives that I've shown you so far. But I can't wait to get this in pocket. It's my first knife with white G10. Excuse me. And I've always been, or I still am, a huge fan of Star Wars, but I've never had a Stormtrooper, Stormtrooper knife. So I feel like this is a kind of, a little bit special in that way too, because it fits both my needs as a knife nut and as a nerd as well. And of course, white is nice enough because you can dye it any color you want. So if I get bored with it, or if it gets a little bit dirty, I can clean it up a little bit and dye it a different color, which is nice too. So yeah, very, very happy with the Canary. And that is from my in-laws. So, and last but certainly not least is the knife from my wife's grandparents. And surprisingly, this is the most expensive knife that I was given this Christmas. I definitely had other stuff on my lists for my parents and my in-laws. So that's why I kind of, went for more of the budget route, because I kind of went for quality over, well, no, because they're quality knives too. So you can't really say that, but I wanted to go with some cheaper models that I've wanted to check out for a long time over maybe like one premium model that I've wanted to check out too. So, you know, I kind of go back and forth every Christmas. But yeah, I had other stuff on my list as well for both of them. So that's why I went with sort of the budgeting models for my parents and in-laws. But for my my wife's grandparents, they like to spoil all their grandkids as well. And thankfully I am, you know, a part of them now. So that's kind of a perk, I guess you can say. But they got me the Quiet Carry Large IQ. And I had been eyeing this one up for a long time. If you guys are, you know, viewers of the channel for a while, I had this in for review, not this specific version, but I had the Stonewash version. And I really liked the knife. I thought it was, you know, a nice, handsome, sort of sheep's foot style blade, nice hollow grind. I really like the milling that they do on there. Just again, simple, clean lines, good ergonomics, good size all around. Good flipper action. I don't have a ton of flipper knives, so that's nice to add to the collection. And what's even cooler is, well, I love the pot clip too. Really big fan of that. These are actually discontinued from Quiet Carry. So they had this, which is another thing that Quiet Carry does. They tend to, when they discontinue their models, they drop them down really cheap. So this was originally, I think, like $320-ish, somewhere around there. But when they announced they were discontinuing it, they dropped all the large IQ models down to, I think it was $192. And I was so tempted for, I mean, probably 2 or 3 months to buy this, because that's a steal of a deal for titanium frame lock, M390, hollow grind. Quiet Carry is one of my favorite manufacturers. They make really, really good products. So I almost purchased it numerous times. And then they dropped it down even more, I believe, Black Friday to like $150 or something like that. And I was like, that is too good of a price. So actually I gave this as an idea to them, and I actually gave the Giant Mouse Ace Rio to them as a idea as well. So I kind of was going to be surprised what I was getting. I knew it was going to be one of the two, but that way I knew exactly what I wasn't getting. And the Rio was for a good price as well. But I'm super happy with it. It does have a little bit of sort of grit in there, so I'm definitely going to take this apart and clean it up. Because when I had the pass round one in, it was so loose, or not loose, it was so broken in that the action was just butter. And you guys can see, I mean, this has the ability to drop like that, but I just really want to get it cleaned up and add some lube to it. But really nice knife. I'm super happy with it. I was super stoked about it. Her grandma had was joking around. She put I actually didn't know what it was at first, because she, you know, knife boxes are small and they're very noticeable when they're wrapped just by themselves. But she wrapped it in like a bigger clothing box, so I was kind of confused at first. And she was like, "Oh, you know, like, you know, I bought that against my better judgment," and I was kind of confused, and everyone was laughing. But yeah, I'm super happy with it. Can't wait to add this to the collection and get it in the pocket, get some carry to it. As for every one of these, can't wait to, you know, enjoy them. And yeah, so I feel like that's it, guys. I just wanted to, you know, get on here. Video was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. You know, I rambled a few times, but quick Christmas haul overview. Civivi Quiet, Bridgeport designed Kooby Bluff, the QSP Canary, and of course the Quiet Carry Large IQ. So shout out to my family. Shout out to well, they're my family now. So shout out to everyone that bought these for me. Nobody watches my channel, I don't believe. But I'm still very thankful for everything I got for Christmas. Thankful for just in family in general. I couldn't be blessed with better family, better in-laws. Yeah, so hope you guys all had a great Christmas. Hope you're having a fantastic New Year's Eve. And I will talk to you guys tomorrow with my sort of New Year's resolution update for the channel. And yeah, so I'm going to wrap this up now, but thank you guys again so much for watching. Drop a comment down below. Did any of you guys get knives for Christmas? Because if you did, I bet some of you did. But if you did, I would love to hear what you guys have and got added to the collection. So I will talk to you guys later. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, night, morning, whenever you're watching this, and I'll talk to you guys later, next one, whatever. Peace.